Hello, everyone. On behalf of the City of Joliet Office of Emergency and Disaster Management, I want to thank you for participating in Operation Prairie Vortex. This exercise is designed to test how we, as a coordinated system, not just individual departments, respond to a significant tornado event impacting the City of Joliet. It is designed to strengthen our ability to work together during a large-scale disaster, specifically a tornado impacting our community. This is a multi-agency effort involving police, fire, public works, and emergency management. Exercises like this are how we identify gaps, improve coordination, and ultimately protect lives in a real-world event. This presentation is broken into three sections. Section 1 includes background on the City of Joliet, basic tornado education, and Joliet tornado history. Section 2 introduces the viewer to the FEMA exercise process, and Section 3 describes the purpose, scope, and components of this exercise. The City of Joliet was established by charter in 1852. With a population of over 150,000 and an area of 65 square miles, Joliet has become one of the largest cities in Illinois. Like all cities, Joliet is prone to a range of hazards. These hazards are grouped into the broad categories of natural, technological, and human-caused, and are explored in a threat and hazard identification and risk assessment document known as a THERA. This document was compiled by the City of Joliet Office of Emergency and Disaster Management in 2025. Specific potential hazards include flooding, severe weather, infrastructure failures, and yes, tornadoes. From a preparedness and response standpoint, it is important to understand the difference between a tornado watch and a tornado warning. A tornado watch means conditions are right for tornadoes to develop. Think of it as your early heads up. During a watch, you should stay alert, monitor the weather, and be ready to act. Know where your safe place is, like a basement or an interior room on the lowest level of your home. A tornado warning is much more serious. It means a tornado is happening right now or about to happen. When a warning is issued, you need to take action immediately. Go to your safe place right away. Do not wait to see the storm. By then, it may be too late. Here in Joliet, when a tornado warning is issued for our area, outdoor warning sirens may sound. Remember, those sirens are meant to alert people who are outside. You should always have multiple ways to receive warnings, especially indoors. The severity of a tornado is measured on the enhanced Fujita scale. The original Fujita scale, developed in 1971 by Dr. Ted Fujita at the University of Chicago, rated tornadoes from F0 to F5 based on the damage they caused. It estimated wind speeds by assessing how structures were affected, but those estimates weren't always precise. In 2007, the enhanced Fujita scale, or EF scale, replaced it in the United States. The EF scale still uses EF0 to EF5, but it's much more accurate. It evaluates different types of structures, like homes, schools, and trees, and considers how well they were built before assigning a rating. The City of Joliet has a well-documented tornado history dating to the late 1800s. These tornadoes have ranged from EF0 in 2024 and 2025 to the F5 Plainfield Joliet Crest Hill tornado in 1990.
April 27th, 2011. A monster tornado is plowing through downtown Tuscaloosa, a city of 93,000 people. Tuscaloosa Mayor Walter Maddox fears the worst.
We knew how devastating a tornado could be, but we had no idea what was coming.
Tuscaloosa, be in a safe place right now.
As the twister sweeps into town, suburban traffic cameras show deserted streets.
This is a large tornado on the ground. Please take cover immediately.
The cameras watch it advance into the outskirts. 3 miles north, at the city's Incident Command Center, Tuscaloosa's Mayor Walter Maddox sits powerless.
We watched as the tornado grinded through our city and took a direct hit on our emergency management agency.
Across Tuscaloosa County, 41 lie dead. The city is in pieces, and Mayor Maddox's emergency services are powerless.
I can't describe what a terrible feeling it is when you learn your communications tower's down. Your emergency management agency is gone. You've lost your East Police Precinct. Your Fire Station 4 is inoperable. Your sewer treatment plant has been hit. Your water treatment plant has been hit. You begin to wonder, how are we going to deal with this disaster?
FEMA exercises are a critical part of emergency preparedness, helping communities test their plans, train personnel, and improve coordination before a real disaster occurs. These exercises follow a national standard called the Homeland Security Exercise and Evaluation Program, or HSEEP. HSEEP provides a consistent framework for designing, conducting, and evaluating exercises across all levels of government. Exercises can range from simple discussion-based formats, such as seminars and tabletop exercises, to more complex operations-based exercises, including drills, functional exercises, and full-scale exercises involving multiple agencies. The goal isn't just to practice, it's to identify gaps, strengthen capabilities, and improve overall response. Exercises have stated objectives related to identified core capabilities within 5 mission areas. Objectives are the specific things we want to test during an exercise. They should be clear, measurable, and tied to real-world performance. Core capabilities are the standardized functions that communities need to perform during disasters. These come from FEMA's National Preparedness Goal and include things like operational coordination, operational communications, and mass care services. Each exercise objective should align with one or more core capabilities. Mission areas organize all of these capabilities into 5 categories: prevention, protection, mitigation, response, recovery. Most local emergency exercises, like tornado or flood scenarios, focus on the response mission area, but they can also include elements of recovery and mitigation. The exercise director is John Lou Can Sick, Joliet OEDM Director, 815-530-2196. The co-director is Tim Chaplin, JFD Battalion Chief of EMS, 815-724-3561. The lead evaluator is Robert Desiderio, JPD, 815-724-3198. The lead controller is Jim Lucan Sick, 815-724-3564. Evaluators include Joe Nordman from Joliet Public Works and Andrea DeLapp from the Joliet Dispatch Center. This exercise, Operation Prairie Vortex, is a hybrid functional exercise planned to last 2 hours. It will be held twice daily at 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. on April 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, 2026 at 2300 Hollywood Boulevard in Joliet. The exercise is limited to Joliet Fire, Joliet Police, Joliet Public Works, and Joliet Dispatch. Each will participate to varying degrees based on the capabilities they want to evaluate. The purpose of Operation Prairie Vortex is to evaluate and strengthen our ability to coordinate operations across departments, manage resources under pressure, and most importantly, protect lives and stabilize our community following a disaster. The primary mission area to be evaluated during this exercise is response. Core capabilities to be tested include operational communication, situational assessment, on-scene security, protection and law enforcement, operational coordination, mass search and rescue operations, and infrastructure systems. The objectives are to assess the general communications readiness of the involved agencies, assess the responders' ability to assess damage areas and determine needs adequately, assess law enforcement actions on a disaster scene, explore response coordination between involved agencies, assess the ability to implement unified command and the incident command system in a disaster situation, evaluate the search and rescue operations of responders, and explore debris clearing operations of responders. There are several roles present in this exercise. Players are personnel who have an active role in discussing or performing their regular roles and responsibilities during the exercise in response to the simulated emergency. Controllers plan and manage exercise play, set up and operate the exercise site, and act in the roles of organizations or individuals who are not participating in the exercise. They direct the pace of the exercise, provide key data to players, and may prompt or initiate certain player actions to ensure exercise continuity. In addition, they issue exercise material, monitor the exercise timeline, and supervise the safety of all exercise participants. Simulators are control staff personnel who role-play non-participating organizations or individuals. They most often operate out of the simulation cell, but they may occasionally have face-to-face contact with players. Evaluators evaluate and provide feedback on a designated functional area of the exercise. Evaluators observe and document performance against established capability targets and critical tasks in accordance with the exercise evaluation guides. Observers visit or view selected segments of the exercise. Observers do not play in the exercise, nor do they perform any control or evaluation functions. Certain assumptions and artificialities are required in every exercise. Assumptions are conditions accepted as true for the purpose of the exercise, even if they cannot be fully verified during play. They create a baseline operating environment so participants don't waste time questioning basic conditions. Artificialities are intentional deviations from reality, used to make the exercise practical, safe, and manageable. They acknowledge that the exercise is not real life. Please see the exercise plan for a list of assumptions and artificialities in this exercise. There are a couple of exercise rules that must be followed. First, real-world emergency actions take priority over exercise actions. For an emergency that requires assistance, use the phrase real-world emergency. Second, all communications during the exercise will begin and end with the statement, "This is an exercise." Several injects will be added during this exercise. Exercise injects are planned pieces of information or events introduced during an exercise to drive action, decision-making, and coordination. They are one of the most important tools we have to control the pace and direction of the exercise and are listed on the master scenario events list. When the exercise concludes, a hot wash will occur. A hot wash is an immediate, short, structured debriefing conducted right after an exercise or real-world incident to capture participants' initial observations while the experience is still fresh. It is facilitated by the controllers. During the hot wash, players discuss strengths and areas for improvement. The exercise scenario is as follows. On April 1st, 2026, the National Weather Service predicts heavier than average rainfall during the spring and summer of 2026. On April 10th, the National Weather Service predicts an increased number of severe storms throughout the Great Lakes region in the coming weeks. On April 20th, the National Weather Service reports a particularly violent weather system in the central United States, progressing along a front line where warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico meets cold air from the north. Several tornadoes have already been spawned along this line. On April 21st at 5 a.m., the National Weather Service issues a tornado watch for Will County until 3 p.m. That same day, at 8:45 a.m., the National Weather Service issues a tornado warning for northern Will County until 9:15 a.m. At 8:58, Doppler radar identifies a large supercell with embedded rotation moving through Will County, within the city of Joliet. The storm was moving northeast at 20 miles per hour. At 9 a.m., Joliet spotters on I-80 confirm a large tornado on the ground with a debris cloud along the Route 6 corridor, tracking northeast. The tornado's damage path is substantial and extends along Route 6. There are many calls for service in the damage area. The exercise begins here. Following this exercise, an after-action report and improvement plan will be produced. In these documents, specific recommendations will be made, along with improvement timelines. Thank you for your time and participation in our exercise. With your assistance and cooperation, we are now becoming better prepared to respond to an incident of this nature in our community.